Good morning from Yami BTV. Wishing you all well, sending loads of love as usual. Just to answer a couple of questions as well, to clear up a couple of matters, and some very interesting questions coming in actually. So glad, so proud of you all for the comments. They mean loads. We get the odd few. There's always going to be unhappy people because I lived a life as a criminal, so I'm not going to get too fussed about that. Say who you are. Say if you was there. Say if you saw what I saw, and then we can go from there. What I was going to say, the big man from Manchester, my Uncle John, right? Now, the partnership with Paul the jeweller, the legendary jeweller, and Kieran Trippier, right? Now, it is quite possible that the big man from Manchester might appear on a podcast one day when the untold story is going to be told, right? Paul the jeweller, you know that he brought Kieran Trippier up. He took him to football. He made him what he is today. Kieran Trippier, England, Newcastle, the Geordies. We know you love him. We know that we know as footballers, we know what's the cream of the crop. It'd be interesting to know what some of you think about old Kieran. All right, so yeah, we got to know the interview is so slow, and I know it always. Everywhere I go, it goes wrong for a day. I've got to come back, go somewhere else, and go lie down. I'm going to explain it to you. Someone just asked me about Roy Shaw. Yeah, I know a lot of good people that knew Roy Shaw, and ain't it funny that I was in Long Lartin, and the big man was there, Uncle John, and he was on the phone. I can't remember whether it's to the missus or to Royal or Fraser was in the background. I knew that, but I know that there was some exchanges whereby the big man was giving him some help of some kind. Isn't that weird? Because I know the big man knows all of them. Do you see what I mean? And further to yesterday, I had to take a video down. I don't understand the politics of cities, towns, wars. I'm not involved no more. All I do is just tell my bit. Sam Cole is one of the most loved Scousers that ever walked the streets of Liverpool. That's all I can say to you, and I stick by that. A lot of my London fighters, you know who they are, the UFCs, the cage fighters. They are very, very close to him. He's got a lot of love. Remember that, right? So what was the other one I had to talk about? Violence, very interesting one as well. How many times did we see where someone was meant to be the one, and on the day they just didn't have it? Because you could look you could look like the greatest of all time on the pads when you're doing your training, but on the big day you just haven't got the stomach to deliver the goods. Do you see what I mean? So that's that. Obviously, with my combo shot health, we're doing really well. Thank you for all of your support on that. That helps because you know that's taken off quite well at the moment. We've got that as well. The Boxing Inquirer is kicking off now, so we're gonna have a lot. There'll be a lot of content on there that some of the boxing fans, because I know we got quite a few on here as well. What else? There was a couple of others. You just asked me if I knew someone from Sheffield. Somebody just asked me. Yeah, I know Anthony Clare. If you know Anthony Clare, he's a traveller and he's a boxer and he's got a gym down there and he looks after the kids and all that now. I spent time with Anthony back in the day and he was what I saw, you know. Uncle Yami will always tell you. It all seems that I always meet the ones that were the main ones that could have it. If that meant anything in later life, who knows. You know, but, you know, today I'm going to go through. Oh, yeah, how dare you could ever say that Uncle Yummy is clickbaiting. When I'm asking you for people are asking me for months about Warren Slaney. They're asking me about LTEL, right? Guys, I've just got a message, right? Don't you think I get permission to ask these, to talk about these things off people, off families and things? Don't you know that? Clickbait for who? I'm answering questions by people saying, please, Yami, tell us about blah, blah, blah. Tell us about Kenny. Tell us about Tone. Tell us about John. Tell us about, you know, all the ones I met along the way. You know, but I've got to do it in a respectful manner. I've got to. I ain't getting involved in no more politics. I'm not partial to no side. All I know is I'm just sticking by my guns, and I will defend myself for whatever happens. You get me? That's me. I don't want no trouble with no one. I don't want to get involved in any arguments. You know your Uncle Yami. You've been with me years and years and years. You watched the journey. You knew how hard it was going to be for me after 40 odd years of not having a Christmas. You know, you know, you know. So we know the interviews are going to come. We're only going to grow and get bigger and bigger and bigger. And you know, whatever it comes with, some of the ones we're going to, what walks of life. Not just crime and things and people and things like that. We've gone through all this kind of stuff before. You know that. So we'll be and we're getting close now. We're getting close. It's all right. Oh, I'm sorry for the delay. But everything, I'll keep ticking over with the old little videos and we'll keep going through and I'll probably be up today with about 2 or 3. But I'll try and satisfy a couple of you. Part 2, I'll tell. I've got to wait. And you've got to remember the big firm from Manchester. You know, the heavy man down there. I can't talk too much about. There's so much politics, Liverpool, Manchester, all of that. I don't even know half what's going on. You know what I mean? But I've got to wait for permission there. And Uncle Yami will let you know when that can be done, if you get what I mean. Because I get phone calls. I got, you know, they love Uncle Yami. They all respect me because they were there. They saw it with their own eyes, what happened in jail. Nothing to boast about. I wasn't no major criminal. I wasn't no, I was me, if you get what I mean. So I'm going to be up in a little while. I've got some other good stuff coming today. I'll give you a laugh. All right. So thank you very much for listening. But that's the state of play at the moment. All right. So sending loads of love, and I'll be back up in a little while. Loads of love.